Hey guys, hey, how you guys are doing? Is you guys doing? Because today is Friday for us here in South Korea, which means it's probably Thursday for a lot of you that are in the United States, and for the ones of you that are on my same time zone, hey girl, hey, or boy, hey, hey people, hey. So, I literally just had like a 3 or 4 hour conversation with one of my best friends, Janet, who just had the sleeve done. She's about 2 weeks out of her, sleeve and everything, and she is not the typical patient. And the reason I say that is because she was only in the hospital for 2 days. She's able to eat and not eat, but she's able to drink 2 protein shakes and like 48 ounces to 64 ounces of water. With 0 problems, 0 pain, 0 everything. She stopped taking pain meds in the hospital, not even Tylenol in the hospital. She is not the textbook case. A lot of people's surgeries do not go this way, but some people's do. Some people's surgeries actually do go this way, and I don't come across it very often. So when I do come across it, of course I'm going to try to talk about it, but considering the fact it's one of my best friends, actually she's my oldest. Well, she's pretty much my oldest best friend that I still talk to on a daily basis, or at least every couple of days basis. She doesn't let me go too long without yammering at her, because she'll message me and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Being antisocial. What about you?" She's like, "Same." "Introvert, unite from your house." So anyhow, definitely anywho, yeah, it's not the typical weight loss surgery patient. She is definitely the exception to the rule. But the funny part is that her and I are completely the opposite. If it can happen to my ass, it does. I have to learn from every damn mistake I could possibly make, because I am ridiculously stubborn. I am ridiculously, notoriously stubborn. Stop trying to log me out. I don't know. I am ridiculously stubborn, and I don't listen worth shit. And I know that. I know that about myself. I need to change these glasses because I can't stand it with the reds driving me crazy. Anyway, I'm going to take them off because I can't stand not to match. Makes me crazy, so crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. No, Nirvana. No. This is not musical hour. Okay? No. Anyway. So, for us to be completely different, she has the sleeve. I obviously have a gastric bypass / distal bypass now. It's still a gastric bypass. Like, I still have the pouch, the stomach, the blind stomach. Like, I still have a gastric bypass. The only difference is that we've moved my common channel down to 250 centimeters. So, that is legitimately the only difference from the gastric bypass to this. I haven't had any, there's no pouch tightening. I didn't get it sleeved. I didn't have any, like nothing else was done. I just moved my common channel down a bit. Now, you're not going to find too many damn surgeons that are willing to do a distal, and I know that I'm an exception to the rule for damn near just about everything in my life, because, again, I don't learn the first time. No, I don't. No. If you've been here about 10 seconds, you already know I don't learn the first time. So I have to learn over time. And when I do learn it, I get it. But squirrel. So much squirrel that I constantly forget, or I'm just absent-minded, or I'm just damn near stupid. Like, so for her to come home in like 2 days from her sleeve and is able to eat, drink. She was sitting at the computer the very first damn day I called her. She's just sitting there just hanging out, and like nothing ever happened. Doesn't even like phase her ass like she even had surgery. She's like, yeah, whatever, I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm just gonna drink some water and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, salty. So salty. So salty I spit on myself, see? And just ridiculously salty about it. And if you don't know what that means, that just means that you're jelly. Like, you're jealous. You're peanut butter and jealous. So if you don't know what that means, I can't help you. Because that's jealousy. The green monster. And I'm not, it happens to me too. Like, it happens to me too. Like, you know, as much as I try not to compare myself with anybody else, because I am not like anybody else I know. I do not know another patient like me that goes through the same things that I do, that have had the same complications that I have. Now, everybody has something different. Now, there are tons of people who've had like horrible things happen to them. Don't get me wrong. But as far as like what I've been through, like the band over bypass and then the distal, and like how many years it took me to get it, and like, you know, the appendicitis and the damn breaking my ankle and everything, my dog breaking, and good God Almighty. So, you know, a cyst bursting last year, like, if it can happen to a hoe, it do. It do. It's not really as bad as I make it out sometimes. It probably actually is, and I probably just shrug it off because that's what I do. Because life does not stop because you don't feel well. Life does not stop because you had surgeries. Life does not stop because you are in pain. Like, you still have to get up and do. Like, you can't just lay there and let people cater to you because that's what happened to happen. That's how I got that big in the first place, is that I wasn't moving around. I was sedentary. I allowed myself to get in a wheelchair and not get out of it. For me, I know what my problem is. I know what my problems are. I do. Now, do I take care of those said problems all the time? No, I don't. And I wish there was an easy way for me to be like, oh, this is how I solved everything. But I don't have those answers, y'all. I just don't have those damn answers. I wish I did. I wish I could tell you guys, like, you know, this is how you succeed. I don't know how you succeed. I don't feel that I have. I know that I've lost like 285 pounds, but that I do not feel like a success. And the reason I don't feel like a success is because I've had to go through so much, and I'm still going through so much just to get here. And it's a complete mind, you know, it fucks with my head. Okay, I'm standing here. I've been sitting on WoW for like 4 hours and I haven't done anything because I was talking to Janet. But yeah, so our conversation, you know, we drifted into like transfer addictions, and I mean, we just talked about everything weight loss surgery related, because if you guys remember, she was with me during my gastric bypass, so she went through a lot of my first, you know, couple of months of surgery, and my complications with that, so she already knew what she was getting into, and so she's already prepared to not have to do like this guy. So, you know, I reflected today, and I was like, you know what, this is the reason I do this. There is a reason I have got over 1,000 videos. There is a reason why I continue to make videos. I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy connecting with you guys. I'm always super appreciative that you watch my videos, that you're even interested in my incredibly boring life and my expert opinion on myself. You know, that you guys support me, and that you're even here in the first place, that you even hit subscribe in the damn first place. I am so lucky and so blessed, and just I'm very thankful. I'm incredibly thankful for every single solitary one of you, whether you happen to like me or not. But I'm still grateful. I'm still grateful that I can help people, that I can make videos, that I can do things most people don't, or can't, or have had to. People are weird. Had to go through, like, you know, like my cyst bursting last year, or the, you know, but I knew something was wrong days before, but again, I just let it go. Like my ankle, I walked home on a broken, fractured ankle. I didn't sprain my ankle, I fractured it, and I walked home from the gym on it. I actually went and did weights after I fell off the fucking bike. Who does that? Who does that? Nobody with any damn common sense. But I'm incredibly stubborn, and I have a transfer addiction to exercise. That is one of my biggest transfer addictions, is because it's just like sugar. It gives me those rush of endorphins. It helps my bipolar. It makes me feel better in general, and I feel healthier. But again, we'll run into the I don't listen to my body. I don't listen. When I've had the appendicitis, if you're not here for a hot minute, if you haven't been here, if you're a new subscriber, I want to say hi and thank you again for being here. I appreciate it more than you know. If you are new to my channel, you can click the little bell and you'll be able to see whether or not you actually want to see my stuff. Occasionally, sometimes, and all the time, I do live feeds, usually about every other day or so here from South Korea. And I am a military wife, so my wife happens to be at home. I mean, at work. I wish she was home. Anyway, so, squirrel. Oh, yeah, a transfer addiction. So, I have a sugar addiction, which is a food addiction. I admit to that 100%. Like, I tell you guys the damn truth about everything I can think of to help somebody not have to do what I have done, or not have to suffer the way I have, or not have to, feel alone in all of this. That I felt so alone when I first started out, because there was no one for me to turn to. There was no friends. I had no friends. I had one, I had like 2 friends in the entire world. I had Rhonda and Janet, and of course my wonderful wife, but I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anybody to fall back on. I had no support system. I didn't have anybody to look to. I didn't have anybody on YouTube to be like, oh God, well what happens if this happens, or what happens if that happens, or what happens if that. I didn't have anybody to teach me what needed to be taught. I didn't have anybody who could sit down with me and be honest. I like honesty. I like knowing what could go wrong, so I can try to combat that. Like, now I know that I'm not allowed to do the bike because I have too much body cavity and extra skin that I can twist my intestines, that I can twist, another of those little things, the appendicitis disease. I can legitimately harm myself. I can twist an ovary. But you know what? I didn't know that before. I didn't know that your body could have too much room in there, and that your insides are all squirreling around and freaking moving, and that if doing, the bicycle and stuff like that, and getting up and down, that I could even manage something like that. I never once in my entire life thought that something like that could happen to me. That the cyst could happen to me, that a stricture that could not be completely fixed would happen to me, that I would need a band over bypass and have it rip out of my damn chest. I never thought these things could happen to me, but I also didn't have anybody who was willing to share, or that even experienced some of these things. So I'm experiencing life just like you guys are. I'm experiencing what it's like to be me, what it's like to be 230 some odd pounds. I was about to say 300 because I'm so used to saying 300. It's so weird to me that I've gone through so much, yet I continue just to push along, when I know so many people who would have just laid down and died, who would have just said, you know what, I can't do this, I can't manage this, I don't want this is too hard. I have been in that position. I have thought about it. I let myself go one freaking time, and I gained 60 pounds. One time I laid down and I said, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And my ass gained 60 pounds. So don't do it. Nirvana, don't do it. I gained 60 pounds back because I said, you know what, this isn't what I want. I'm not getting what I want. I don't feel like, this is working for me anymore. Obviously, just give up. And I did. And I gave up for, 6 months. I did, because of June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months. I gave up for 8 months. In 8 months, I gained 60 pounds back. Think about that. 60 pounds in 8 months. Not a year, not 2 years, not 3 years, not 4 years, not 5 years. I gained 60 freaking pounds in 8 months because I don't listen. I will do whatever I want because I'm Nirvana and you can't tell me any better. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what I'm doing is stupid. I have to learn myself. I have to figure it out on my own. That is just the kind of person I am. I only learn by doing. You can try your damnedest to tell me, oh, my hand is asleep. Hate that. You can do your best to tell me something's going to happen. You can do your best to explain to me that, if you don't do, but unless I experience it myself, unless I go through it, I don't really register it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we knew that with the distal bypass, we could definitely have vitamin deficiencies. So had I been intelligent enough, and I can say that because this is myself, and I'm not really putting myself down because I did something incredibly stupid. I did something stupid. Nobody failed me. I did something stupid. With my distal, I knew that there could be repercussions with vitamins. I knew it from the damn moment we discussed to have it. Yet, I, in my infinite wisdom, decided that, you know what? I don't want to take the bariatric life vitamins. I don't want Bari Life. It doesn't make me feel good. I'd rather take liquid vitamins. I'm going to try the Tespo. I'm going to try patches. I'm going to try every damn vitamin underneath the sun except for the one I need. Because that's how I work. If I can skate around it, I will. If I can figure another way around it, I'm gonna, because that's how I personally learn. Is that if I don't do these things and I don't share these things, then how can anybody, know that they're not alone in this? If you've had, complications with your surgeries, if you're just doing weight loss in general, like, we're still on that same train. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still pushing along. I'm not done yet. As much as I'd like to say, oh, yeah, blah, 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 I'm finished. My original goal was to get to 230 pounds. My bottom, allow me to enlighten you, my tush is saggy and it is wrinkling on the bottom. It is legitimately wrinkling on the bottom. My breastbone, okay, my boobs, I'm honest, here's the shit right here. Here's the thick of it. My boobs are so far down that my chest bone sticks out. My chest bone is actually bigger than my damn titties. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that to me is insane. When I look in the mirror, my stomach has sunk in, and then you have my boobs, which are halfway down to my damn ankles, but the skin and everything, I see my breastbone. That's all I see in the mirror, and 2 tube socks filled with cottage cheese. You're welcome. I have to learn, and I cannot stress enough that research is going to be your best friend. If you're thinking about any kind of weight loss, I'm not talking just surgery, weight loss in general, research and being your own advocate is going to be the best thing you can possibly do for yourself. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot. You guys in here? You in here with me? You picking up what I'm putting down? Mental health, therapy, psychiatry, whatever you need in order to succeed, I would severely suggest that you do it, because I'm a prime example of someone who didn't do what she needed to do all the time, and I pay for it. I do. I had to break my ankle to learn that, I push myself too fucking hard at the gym. I have to have, low blood pressure and, low sugar to learn that you can't push yourself that hard. You have to eat more. You have to eat a lot more, because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it, and I just kept getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker, and it's because I learned things the hard way. And I would rather not have anybody else have to come back and be like, oh, wow, I don't even know what to say. This is so horrible. You know, I watched somebody else's video and they're like, I'm dehydrated and, you know, I've had to go into the ER to get fluids and da-da-da-da-da-da. When a little bit of research, you know, a lot of research would have, you know, explained that if you don't immediately start from like the moment they allow you liquids, if you don't get on it and stay on it, being dehydrated is going to be one of your number one enemies. It will. I mean, it's terrible enemies. It'll be one, and you will suffer for it. You will suffer for it. I have been in the hospital so many times after surgery because I was dehydrated. And there's a reason why. Because I didn't listen. I didn't understand the severity of it. I didn't understand that my kidneys could shut down. I didn't understand that if I did this, or I didn't do this, or I didn't pay attention to that, or I just, you know, bowled over this, that these things could happen to me. Because I always think, oh, that's never going to happen to me. That can never happen to me. Like people saying, oh, well, I'm never going to have carbs again. I'm never going to put rice in my pouch. I'm never going to eat another piece of bread. Son of a biscuit eater. I'm never going to have, you know, a piece of cake ever again. I'm never going to have any kind of carbs in my life. And I'm like, don't put that on yourself right now. Like, don't make it harder than it has to be. You're still human. This is still life. Like, there's so much that goes into all of this that it's mind-boggling. All of the things that can go into having weight loss surgery or just trying to lose weight on your own. Because, again, I have lost 76 pounds from my first before they would give me my gastric bypass. And then I had to lose another 30 pounds to get my paniculectomy because I was 330. Then I got back up to 343 and I had to lose back down to 295 in order to get this surgery. So I have worked for every single solitary surgery or anything else that I've ever had to do. I work my ass off. I do the best I can with what I got, and I never try to just give up anymore. Like, I've done that. I've been down that road. It ain't fun, and regain sucks. And if I didn't want a revision, I wish I didn't have to have a revision, but I did. And I chose this, and I know what I'm going through right now is because I chose this lifestyle. And so I have to adhere to the rules. I have to get my vitamins in. I have to get the right kind of vitamins in. I take 21 supplements a day. Well, I should count in my, my about half of that psych meds. But that's not including my if I was to take pain meds or, muscle relaxers or anything else that I might need for my chronic pain condition. That doesn't count any of that. And you know what? The damn truth is, I rarely take anything unless I'm in serious, horrible pain. I will make myself suffer to the point I can't sleep. I can't think. I hurt so bad, but I'm so stubborn that I will allow myself to be miserable with pain before I will take any pain medication, before I will even look at a muscle relaxer, because I'm Nirvana, and I don't need pain medication, and I don't need my hip replaced. I should just go do a damn marathon. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I don't listen, and I pay for it every single solitary time. I have done something stupid, or I have let things go, or I haven't paid attention. I pay for it. And there's nobody else I can blame but myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's nobody in life I can't blame my doctors for giving me 10%. Okay, so they gave me 10% instead of 30. Well, that sucks ass, but I kept off 200 pounds. Well, it's wonderful. I kept off 200 pounds. Had I done everything I could have done with my gastric bypass, even with the complications, I could have done better. I know I could have done better. With the band over bypass, I probably could have done better, but I didn't. And then, you know, I shouldn't have been weightlifting how much I was weightlifting, so that probably wouldn't have ripped out of my chest meats. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I hate for anybody to have to go through as much as that. It's, if I can help one single solitary person, one, just one, then what I've gone through is worth it to me. I've told you guys this story 1,000 times, and me and Janet were talking about it because I was living with her at the time. I didn't think I'd make it off the table. I was told that there was a humongous chance. It was literally 70 to 30 chance that I was going to die on the table. I was the biggest patient they ever had. I was the biggest person they'd ever worked on, and that's after I lost 70-some pounds. That's afterwards. I was 464 pounds when I had my gastric bypass. So if you want to kind of get into that and everything, it really was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life, because, you know, being 500 pounds, being that overweight, your heart is enlarged. You can't get away from that. You cannot go to such extremes and not have any repercussions. That, for me, I'm just like, oh, why? It really is like that for me. I know that every time I go under anesthesia that I have a humongous chance not to wake up again, but I still do it because I give myself no choice. Do I want to live? Do I want to do things that are better for me? Do I want my hip replaced? Do I want a chance for this? Do I want to live a longer, healthier life with my wife? Do I want to fit in better clothes? Do I want to feel better about myself? Well, I have to do things in order to do that, and sometimes they're not orthodox, and sometimes they're crazy. They're crazy. Sometimes I do crazy things. But that's just life. You know, that's just part of my journey. This is mine and my journey alone. And, you know, I love sharing everything with you guys, and I love the support system that we've made, an amazing community. This is an amazing community. What we have here is an amazing, fantastic community. I could not ask for a better community. I could not ask for a better support system and community than I have now. I couldn't ask for it. I just couldn't. You guys are my backbone. You guys are what I fall back on when I falter, when I can no longer go on. You guys are what I turn to. I come to you and I let you know what's going on with me, and then you guys give me advice, or you give me all the wonderful things that, you know, I need in order to continue on. Because I told you there was many times that many times in 2016 that I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore, and for 8 months I allowed myself to just falter, and I paid for it. But had I not continued to make videos, had I not continued to be here, had I not continued to have this support system, which is why I'm throwing this out here, is because people need a support system. It's not just your family. You need more than just your family. You need a support system in place for your life in general. It doesn't have to be anything about weight loss. In general, a support system, a community, regardless, is going to be one of the best things you can do for yourself, and I don't know what I would do without all of you. I really don't. I really don't. I really, 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 really don't. So I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I know I've gone on for damn near 30 minutes. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, no matter where the hell you happen to be on this earth. I really do hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys very, very, very soon. Bye, guys.